It was all so hectic. His cheeks were like roses. His nose was perfect. He must have gotten it done. Is that anti-Semitic?
Does this rhyme? Hello and welcome back to the U Up podcast. I'm Jordana Abraham.
And I am Jared Freed. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Jared. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah to you as well.
Yes.
To all who celebrate anything.
Yes.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever you're celebrating.
It's that magical year where Hanukkah and Christmas are the same day.
That's right.
Which
and
is exciting.
You and I are dressed for the occasion.
Yes.
If you're watching on YouTube, Jordana is the elf again.
I'm going to do a little twirl.
Do a little twirl. Show it off. Great elf costume. Fantastic. Here to give the gifts to all the little girls and boys.
I feel like I have Candace has picked the exact outfit, I think, from Elf, the movie.
It really is. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yes. It might be better than last. Last year's I was more of the girl elf, but my skirt was very short. So now I'm wearing pants.
Last year's was more on the spectrum of insane asylum patient to elf.
Yes,
it was
maybe
more
I'm on my way up.
Yeah, you're heading up. You're moving out of the insane asylum.
There we go.
And I am the holiday armadillo.
Yes.
Giving gifts to all the girls and boys.
We mixed it up this year.
That's right.
Part of me was looking forward to you being Santa.
I think I disappointed everyone. I thought this was a fun idea.
No,
I was like,
I'll
go off the grid. We'll do something different. I'll come in as the holiday armadillo.
Well, that was kind of the point of that episode in Friends, right?
Is that
he's going to do something different.
Right.
And then it got weird.
And no one wanted it. I walked in the office. Everyone was like, I guess you're the thing from Friends.
Oh,
I was like,
the armadillo.
Yeah, I guess you're going to ruin
cool. It's
Christmas.
a good costume.
I think it has an effect.
Yes.
If you're watching on YouTube, I'm definitely an armadillo.
Yes.
I'm an armadillo who also is heading to the beach in their shorts.
Yes,
they didn't have a bottom.
A boca armadillo.
A bocadillo.
Yes, as you do. And we've got our office decorated mostly because we didn't feel like moving this chair.
Yes,
because we've got a guest coming on. And you can
covered it.
Yeah, if you're not watching on YouTube, watch on YouTube. You get to see the costumes.
What are you doing for Christmas? So we're gonna do like a lightning round. We have some lightning Christmas holiday questions that we're gonna go through. But do you have any plans for Christmas? What's going on?
I do have plans for Christmas. I do the same thing every year. I go to my in-laws. So that's 2 days of...
Do they do the fish thing?
They don't do the fish thing.
That fish thing is like new to me. Like I never knew the fish thing existed. I think it might be an Italian thing. The seven fishes.
It might be, but they're Italian. They don't really do it. Maybe they're not like that. Like
it looks like the house would smell for a month.
With the 7 fish?
Yeah, whenever I see that online.
I don't think they had any fish. There's so much food, though. There's so much food.
So much food.
So it's like, told you, it's like the opposite of any...
They go all out. This is like their day.
All out. So many gifts. It's
Love it.
Insane. And it's funny because we have so much like house stuff to buy this year.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mike, I think your list, it looks like on your list it's going to be this decorative Pottery Barn bowl.
Right.
I think we just added that to your list.
Right, because you have to make a list before. We've talked about this before where their family asks for your list.
Yes.
So your list is like...
And it's always very hard to come up with a list.
Like it's like things you need.
What is this, 1950?
I don't know.
Ironing board? As if I've ever ironed anything in my entire life.
Right, I guess you're right. What is it, like pool cover? You have, is it butler's pantry?
It's like coffee table book. Well, I'm saying you have to find the appropriate price range.
Right.
So I'm like looking for anything on my list of house stuff to buy that's like in the appropriate price range that doesn't feel like weird to ask for.
Right, it's hard, considering the size of your house, it's hard to ask for
God.
32 dining room chairs.
You are the worst. That is not very Christmas spirit.
This is my gift to the audience.
Yes.
Is making fun of how big the house is. I will be doing.
What will you be doing?
My favorite night of the year to do stand-up comedy is on Christmas Eve.
So you get all the Jews?
All the Jews, all the travelers. Mm-hmm. There's like this like kind of cozy feeling of like we're doing something different. People want to feel good about their decision to not be like in like a home with a fireplace. Like I think they're like...
Is it sad?
No, I have fun. I love it. I mean, like the Jewish shows there's like ranges.
Right.
Like sometimes you're on a Jewish show that's like we're here because we need something to do, and it is like a bunch of like, it is like you're basically doing a temple show, which is like tough sledding. Or it's like the fun Jews that like are like, we're just out. We need a place to go.
Have you ever been to the matzo ball?
I went once. I brought a bunch of comedians to...
Well, let's explain what the matzo...
So the matzo ball is a singles night that happens around the country.
I think it's on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, because it's supposed to be this like, hey, if the only people that can go out are single Jews, so let's get them together in one place and maybe they'll meet and make a little Jew baby.
More Jews,
yeah. So I one year, someone told me they're like the matzo ball's happening at this nightclub, and I brought like all the comedians are like, there's like a few, they're not all Jewish comedians. There's some people that are just like here. So I brought a bunch of people that I'm like, you guys got to see this. Like I brought like I brought all these comedians there, and everyone was dancing on the dance floor. And that was the one time I'd ever gone.
Did you meet anyone?
No, I mean, yeah, we're married. We have 3 kids.
I don't know. You could meet someone.
I'm wearing my armadillo costume.
You could meet someone and have a and it could be over by now.
I had the same opinion on matzo ball that I had on J-Swipe, where it was like too many boxes were checked to let it breathe. To
be relaxed?
Yes. It was always like
too forced.
It was a lot right away.
Okay.
So it was like, and especially for, and I know this is like me, my biases, whatever, showing, but it felt like the woman in the scenario was like intoxicated by this like current taking them away. Like it's all happening.
Desperate?
Not desperate as much as like the mom will be happy, the dad will be happy. This
right. Yeah, that's like where your parents would want you to be on Christmas Eve.
Right.
Yeah.
So there was like this like added pressure. And I think the listeners, if you're a longtime listener here, you know that I'm not looking for a pressurized relationship situation.
Right.
Where like it's taking off without me being at the wheel. And I think that was kind of the negative to me, that there was never this like, hey, let's maybe chill, maybe we'll go get drinks and see what happens. It felt a little bit more supercharged.
Right.
And I thought the matzo ball had the same effect, and that would be the negative to it.
That's fair.
But I do think it's a great event. I think it's like fun and something to do, which is what everyone is looking for. Everyone's just looking to be out and amongst like-minded people while not being squished. Yes. Like I was at a bar last night, and it's packed shoulder to shoulder, and it is holiday party season. There was a lot of
fuck it season.
Fuck it season, full swing. I was at the Spaniard, which everyone, if you've been in New York City, you know that place gets packed on weekends. I'm a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday guy there if I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
This is a Wednesday night, and I know the bartenders a little bit, and they were like, it is craziness. They're like, this is every holiday party ended up here.
Wow.
So yeah, there's more. There's people out.
Good
you
time
can meet
to be
people.
Out and about.
Good time to be out. Good time for like weirdness, and kind of again low pressure hangs.
Yes.
This is a good season for that.
Everyone needs to overdo it before dry January.
Yeah, I'm kind of having that feeling myself. I think I'm really gonna get fucked up this next couple weeks.
I think you should.
Thank you.
You
That's
deserve
my
it.
plan. I do deserve it.
Yeah.
I deserve it. And if you're gonna be in Batavia, Illinois, and no, we're taping this after. I have no more dates. I'm done.
Done for the year. Or done forever.
Not forever.
It's over.
Yeah, at the end of this, I kill myself.
And that's our Christmas episode.
Good night, everybody. My armadillo joke didn't work, so I'm ending it. January 1st. That's the last day for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're in Australia soon.
I got Portland, Oregon, Phoenix, Arizona, Montreal, Tampa, I think, is being added, and then Australia, New Zealand, if you're out there, Rochester. Those are my dates, jaredfree.com. I got new material. I'm working on it. Did new material last night. Let's get to the questions. Are we ready to jump right in?
Let's do it. Yeah, we're going to play some. This is a Christmas-themed episode.
Christmas-themed questions, answers, co-hosts.
Yes. I'm dressed like an elf. Let's fucking do this.
Listen, this time of year, you go home, you need like J&J to be there for you. Take this number down. Put it in your phone, 212-589-8903. You can call us anytime with your questions, your concerns. Maybe we're going to do a Christmas poem at the end of this. Maybe you have a poem you want to read to us.
I want to hear about some crazy shit that happened to you this Christmas.
That's right. We want all your Christmas fuck-ups because tonight, it's the Betches holiday party tonight that I wasn't invited to.
Employees only.
Employees only.
You can come.
What am I,
though.
just some guy who shows up here?
4 founders.
The 4 women
Yes.
started this company in their dorm room.
You could. I think you should crash.
I could crash. I'm going to show up late. I want
wow.
to get there when Candace has had a couple too many.
So she can tell you what she really thinks.
Yeah,
of
I
the
want to hear
armadillo
right.
costume.
I want to hear Candace's real opinion on this show.
We got a special poem for you guys at the end of the show.
We have dueling poems.
You and Candace are having some beef over your dueling poems.
To let you guys behind the curtains, we're going to do a Twas the Night Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And then Candace took a shot at it, and I thought it was very good. But it didn't...
but not good enough to not completely
it wasn't me.
rewrite
I
it.
didn't feel comfortable performing someone else's work.
That's
so
fair.
I went through it and did my own. But and also, Candace's is very good.
Okay. I'll read Candace's. You read yours.
Okay, I think that's what we should
Okay.
do. You'll do Candace, and we're going to do it at the end of this
let
episode.
the audience decide.
We'll poll the audience on which one they like.
The one by the professional comedian?
Yeah, a professional writer, guy who makes a living writing, but or Candace, the journalism degree.
Yeah, no, that'll
Let's
be.
see.
There we go.
This is actually political now.
Yes.
Let's see if this college education was worth it versus me, street smart, street tough.
Otherwise, you go get your money
Jared.
back. You go get your money back.
Right, we gotta go talk.
All right. So we had people submit some naughty or nice submissions,
Yes.
and basically what we asked people to do is submit this holiday themed thing and tell us is the gesture naughty, like the person's just trying to fuck you,
Right.
or is it nice? They
Love
might
it.
be interested in true love this holiday season.
Love it. Let's talk
That's
about
kind
it.
of the beauty of that's why I love Christmas movies. There's something like sort of like magical about like this time of year, like so much hope for something. Like there's like this illusion of like love
There's
in this air.
I
it's
totally
like
agree.
wholesome. It's a wholesome undertones.
And also New York City, I would encourage, I think for
Magical.
anyone out there, if you've never taken a trip to New York, this is a good time of year to do it.
Oh, yeah.
I think especially if you're in your like late 20s, early 30s, like those age ranges where you're like, I can't get out of my own house. There's nowhere to go. I know the people in my town. This place is alive. There's a little bit of an energy. You see, nothing is hotter than the woman who's wrapped in her coat with the scarf around her and like the hair that's been done like over the coat.
Yes.
Do you know that look?
Big city businesswoman
Yeah.
on her way to
big
an event.
city bitch.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna read
Huffing a
some.
cig
And Jared,
outside of a Christmas party.
you tell me. You tell us from a man's perspective. Is this a nice gesture,
I will let
or
you know.
is it naughty?
Can I also say, do women know that it takes them as long to take off the coat and scarf and stuff as it does take them?
Do you not wear any of that shit?
Have you ever waited for like a bar stool while a woman puts her coat and everything on in the wintertime?
Not like recently. But
It is
sure.
like 7 years. It is like.
Are you like
I'm sitting there
tapping
going,
your watch?
Enough.
Get
They're
up.
like another scarf. They're like wrapping, and then they're like putting on a purse. Then there's
You want
a
her
bag.
to do that at the door?
What's that?
You want her to like do that at the door?
Just get out of the way.
Okay.
That's right, Melissa, who I waited on a bar stool from last night. No,
Well-
it sounded very specific. we
Well,
ready?
if you're looking to date Jared, make sure you get your shit on quickly.
Are we gonna do a date of Jared? Win a date with Jared?
Are we gonna do a win a date?
Candace always cringes when we bring
Candace,
this
can we
up.
do a win a date with Jared?
Let's do it. Submit your submissions this week. Christmas.
2025. Yeah, starting off the new year, Jared is single.
I'm single.
And
I'm out there.
Yes.
Hold
if
your
you
breath.
wanna win a date with Jared this year, we're gonna do it a little differently.
We're gonna do it differently.
Submit your photos. We're looking at photos this time.
If you want a piece of this dillo, submit photos.
Yes.
Emails.
I'm not going to give you instructions on what kind of photos to submit because if you don't know by now, you haven't been listening to the
That's
show.
right. That's right.
2 to 3 photos. Don't go crazy. More than one.
Yes.
I need where you live in. You have to live in Manhattan or
Right.
just New York.
New York area.
New York area.
I'll be looser.
You're open
on
to
this.
other
I'm
boroughs?
Open. Yeah, as I age, I'm getting to 40 now.
Okay, you can't be choosy anymore.
No, I can't be as choosy anymore.
Okay, so you live
Is
in the
this sad?
tri.
Am I losing it?
No,
Am
you're
I
dressed-
losing
dressed
it?
like an
I'm dressed as an
armadillo.
armadillo,
No.
begging women to.
You're not begging.
approach
We're
me.
going to get
This
many
is-
submissions.
I'm Ross from Friends. This is the
You are. No,
saddest
Ross is
people.
the opposite. Ross has been divorced 3 times.
That's right. Ross is too committed.
Yes, you're the opposite of Ross.
What
You're
am I?
Joey.
Joey,
Joey Tribbiani.
male heartthrob.
Yes. How you doing?
How you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And And label, what should they put in the subject, Candace? I want to date Jared.
Yes.
So stop sending us your DMs. Send an email, 2 to 3 pictures, a little paragraph about why you think you and Jared are going to be a great match.
I want to tickle that dilla. That didn't rhyme as
There
much
you
as
go.
I thought it did in my head.
Despite what he just said, if you still want to be a match.
Candace might win the writing competition after that.
Yes. And then we'll pick maybe one of our favorite bars will host you guys for the
If
date.
they want an honest review, we remember last time.
Yeah, you have to be if you work at or own a bar that you want us to go to, just know that we will give an honest review of the bar.
Yeah, I'm not taking your free drinks. I'm there to review the bar and the woman.
Ooh,
So
there we go. Are you ready for these submissions?
Submissions close at the strike of midnight on
Eastern.
New Year's Eve Eastern time. So when that clock, just like I turn into a pumpkin, it's over.
Yes. You've
Okay?
lost your chance.
Lost your
She'll
shot
never find love.
at all of this.
I can't think of a better activity amongst a group of friends on
Right.
New Year's Eve.
Absolutely. Write a letter to submit your date
Yes.
for me. And you know what? Not to just make this about me. I always like to open this out to the greater good. When you write this out, now you're going to write out maybe your profile for whoever you end up with.
Yeah.
Whatever
your little
armadillo is
description.
in your life.
Yes. Or you can nominate a friend with their consent.
Yes.
We'll take those as well.
We love consent.
Yes.
Okay.
We do. Big fans. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
You're going to tell us if this was naughty or nice.
Or nice.
Invited me to an overnight Christmas party at an old friend's house in his hometown and introduced me to his mom. Overnight Christmas party. What is this, Burning Man?
Yeah, what? Overnight Christmas party. I mean, I guess the idea would be like, I live out in the country. We're going to get all sorts of wasted.
Right.
And
We're going
I don't want to
to
drive
we got to
back.
stay.
You're in, fireplace roaring,
Mm-hmm.
mom there serving cookies, apparently. You introduced to the mom. I think this is nice.
This
I
is
think
nice.
there's no way to avoid that this means you guys are more than you were the day before.
He's brought you home for the holidays.
Home for the holidays. I think, does it matter to him? Not as much as you, obviously.
Okay.
I think if you're doing that without a conversation first, you're doing that like, hey, this will be fun. We're doing an overnight party. Oh, my mom was there. Like, I don't think it matters. I don't think him.
We'll stay at my parents' house.
Right. This wasn't. You have to take. Again, when you're writing it into a podcast, when you're saying to us, is it good or bad? That means you think it's a big deal, which is okay.
You should tell him that.
You should tell him that. I'm just saying this is a nice thing for him to do. Whether he wants to acknowledge it or not, you are more of something
Yes.
for having spent an overnight with his friends and his mom at some point on Christmas than not.
So funny to hear you give this advice dressed as this armadillo with like the shoes too. It's great.
For those watching on YouTube, I just crossed my legs as an armadillo.
Love it. All right, nice.
Okay,
Verdict
nice.
is in. We
That's
don't
a
have our
nice.
gavels. Nice.
One nice dillo.
Okay. Even though he said he wanted to get married, he wouldn't take me home for Christmas with his family.
Doesn't look like we'll be walking down the aisle anytime soon.
Did he say he wanted to get married to you?
Right.
Or just generally?
I'm married to the idea of marriage.
I mean, you want to get married.
Right. I want to get
But-
married, but
That doesn't mean you want to marry anyone in particular
well,
at the moment.
like right. What are the what comes before marriage? You know, like
First
like,
comes love, as
then
you know.
comes marriage.
Yes.
Then comes you in the baby carriage crying because this person isn't going to marry you.
Yes. Okay. Naughty. I
Naughty.
guess.
No,
Naughty.
because here's the thing. You're gonna let's just not put the cart before the horse. Let's not put the shell before the armadillo.
Okay. Agreed.
Okay?
Yes.
You need to see the parents before marriage can even be a conversation. So why would he say such a thing? That's manipulative. I don't like it.
Just trying to do it. All right.
Naughty.
Naughty. My situationship asked me what I wanted for Christmas out of the blue. Where does gifting fall on the relationship scale? It's a good question, I think. Because,
Right.
you know, we always think no gift means bad, but does
Right.
gift mean good?
No.
No.
I think the fact
I
that
think
she's
no also.
right. The fact that it's all in her wording. She goes, my situationship. She didn't say my boyfriend gave me a gift. Like you
A guy I'm seeing gave me a gift.
Right. She
Yeah.
didn't even
Asked
say
me what I
that.
asked. He didn't even say he gave me a gift. He said, what do you want?
What would you like for Christmas? To me,
All
if I
talk.
was in a situationship with someone and they're saying that out loud, like this is where you have to be careful with language. Are you saying that because you guys have labeled that a situationship, or is it a situationship to you?
Would you get a gift for someone that you didn't want to date?
No. Would I get a gift for someone I didn't want to date?
That it was pure. I mean,
No.
I had a college situationship who got me a graduation gift. It was very confusing.
What'd they get you?
A massage gift
They
card.
said, congratulations on your...
I had graduated early, yeah.
So you graduated before him.
Technically, but I was like still hanging around.
Right.
Yeah.
To me, sometimes things are to keep the ball in the air, to
I
keep
remember
things
being
steady.
confused. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you do things to keep things even. You're confused because you were like, does this mean we're more?
Yeah.
You know,
he wants more.
Right. He wants more. The gift must mean. No, the gift is to calm things.
Right. He didn't want more.
No. Spoiler alert.
He didn't want more.
But I think like in this situation, like who's calling it?
The
Have
gift
you
is just to like say, all right, don't ask me anything else.
Right,
Just
chill. I need
Okay.
this chick who he doesn't. The thing is, this question is different. If you two have sat down and been like, "Hey, we're just fucking. I enjoy your company. I like that I trust you. If you, I like that maybe." You,
No one would say that to someone. We're just fucking.
well, I'm just saying, like, if you've like talked in some way.
Okay.
This happens. This is my perspective as an armadillo.
Okay.
As a male armadillo.
We need that. The culture is missing a male armadillo perspective.
Absolutely,
Okay.
we need more liberal male
Okay.
armadillo podcasts. So I just think that a lot of times women will go to labeling before, while the guy's not labeling at all.
So she's calling it a situationship. He's not
Right,
calling
to
it
be
that.
less
What is he calling
embarrassed
it?
by it. Like I think when
I
women
think it's
call
more
it,
embarrassing to call it a situationship. Don't you think?
I do too, but
So it's me. I'm saying situationship is like guy who doesn't want to date me. Is what I'm calling. I'm
Right,
having sex with a guy who doesn't want to date me.
I agree with you, but I also think that her positioning of it as a situationship
Right.
is almost like getting in front of people talking about her behind her back. So
Okay.
she's like, I'm in a situationship,
Right.
so
Well,
I don't
you feel
have
it's
to.
more self-aware.
It's
Okay.
right. It is a mistake, but I understand why she's making the mistake.
Okay.
I'll call it a situationship so that she's doing it for herself too.
Right.
So that she doesn't get too carried away.
Well, what should she
so
say
now
to this
she's
guy?
asking us about a gift because she's like, can I get carried away now? That's why she's asking.
But that is a mixed message. I don't think it's right for someone to buy you a gift if they don't want to marry you.
I agree with. I think the gift is to me it's naughty because it's not to fuck you, it's to keep fucking you.
Right. That's manipulative. I
It's
agree.
manipulative.
So what should she say when he
Hey,
says,
this gift would
"Why do
mean
you want to buy me a
something to
gift?
Right.
Are we dating?"
I don't think asking questions would help. I think, hey, right. Does this mean we're not a situation? She wouldn't say. That's the thing. She would never look at him and go, are we not a situationship anymore? Does this mean? Because she's
Right.
never discussed that with him.
So
I mean,
what would
again,
she,
these
so
are
what should she
assumptions
say?
I'm making.
What should she say?
Hey, this gift is something that I would think my boyfriend would get for me. Like, am I crazy
am
for
I-
thinking that?
Right.
I think that's a good question.
I like that.
Am I crazy for thinking that?
Am I crazy for thinking that?
Yeah.
Right.
I saw something
Because
online.
then you're like, he needs to come formulate a response. What would you say to
You
that?
tell me. Put on the straitjacket, bitch. You crazy loco.
But
Yeah.
like in a real way, like if someone said that to you, I don't think you'd have a response.
I wouldn't have a response.
Right.
And
That's
I would
why
go,
you would never
I
get
fucked
someone a
up.
gift.
This gift was a little too much. I kind of saw it as like we're having fun. This is what he will say. He would go, I kind of thought we were having fun. I thought of you when I saw this. And then you would have to let him know, like, hey, a gift for me is like done from like, you know, like
place of-
having fun. What do you mean?
Right.
Like, I would have more, it would create more questions than answers.
Yeah. Well, it might. Here's why she won't ask, because it might end the situationship.
Right.
And
Again,
both people are in the situationship because they find it better than nothing.
Right. And calling it a situationship is better than having to go, what's going on here?
Right.
And that's why she's calling
Well,
it that.
give yourself a Christmas gift and stop the situationship.
Right. This is how good a podcasters we are. This was a one-line question, and we have built a whole personality for this person.
We have.
That I don't think we're that far away
I think
from.
we're pretty on point.
I agree.
As
Let's
someone
pat ourselves
who's-
on the shelf.
And listen, as someone who's been this person or been dealing with this person, I think we
Right.
we both get it.
This isn't news to us.
Exactly. All right. For New Year's, he took me on a trip out of the country with all of his childhood friends.
It's
Could be either way.
it could be either way.
Okay.
It could be, if you're asking the question, that's the answer. So it's naughty.
You're saying you would know if it was.
If you knew,
yeah.
you wouldn't be questioning what you are as a couple.
Right.
If you were going on a trip with someone that you were totally comfortable with.
Right.
I think the fact
and
that you're
so
like,
you could
what
say, I'm going on a trip with you and your friends. To me that means like we're more serious.
Right. And he would have to have an answer to that.
Right.
Like, is everyone bringing their girlfriend? Like, is everyone
Just
bringing
like
their
you?
girlfriend? Is it like, right? So it's a girlfriend's trip.
Yeah, it's a couples trip.
Couples trip.
Couples trip.
Like, you're on a couples trip. But again, like, I think what people with these questions have to acknowledge is that everyone feels differently. A 10 in pain, when the doctor says to you, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's the pain? What does it feel like?
Yes.
And your 7 is someone else's 3. So your trip with the couples, which is at like a 9 of like how serious it is, might be his 5.
Yeah.
And so, like, yeah, it means you're in a relationship, but does it mean you're moving in together soon? Does it mean these other things are happening? I think socially, this is not fair, but socially, a male armadillo has the ability to, like, end a relationship and not have this, like, eyes on them as much.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we hear from a lot of women.
His friends aren't going to be like, where is she?
Right.
Yes.
Where? Oh, my God, are you okay?
The same way
no one
we
asked
would.
me if I was okay when I ended my relationship.
Were you okay?
No.
And now he still remembers.
And I'm still here. I took names down.
All right, let's
Do
do
you
one.
get holiday cards from your friends?
Like family holiday cards?
Yeah.
I do. From some of them.
What do you think?
I like them.
You do?
I think they're cute.
You're pro holiday card?
I think so. To me, I never did. Did your family do holiday cards?
Never.
No. Mine didn't either. But mine didn't either because there was no like cohesive one family
Right.
unit. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm like, we were never like functional enough to do that kind of thing.
Right. I mean, you have to have the appearance of function when you do these family
Oh,
newsletters.
I mean, someone has to like arrange the photographer,
Right.
order the thing, send it out, buy the stamps, whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
I like getting them. I think it's like kind of cute.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I throw them out like a week later,
Right.
but
So
Do
my
you get
friend, I get them sent to me. My friend and I have this running bit. He basically wanted to rank the cards
okay.
of all.
I like that.
Well, some people, what you
Some
find
peop-
out.
Well, you can't tell, not publicly.
Well, we were going to make a video and send it. We thought it was the funniest thing in the world that we were going to like get all the holiday cards. We've been talking about this for years.
Okay.
And he was like really the person that wanted to do this. And I was like a sidekick in this whole thing.
Was he going to make fun of all of them, I assume?
Well, I would trust him to give he was going to talk about cardstock and the paper and the pictures.
right.
And
Like an invitation.
right. It was going to be like how you do with the trees.
Yeah.
It was going to be like that.
I like it. I like it.
You like it, but
Yeah.
you know what's funny is we didn't realize, he's married, no kids. I'm single, idiot.
Right.
We didn't realize how these things are way deeper and more complicated in a marriage
Yeah.
than, like, to us, it's a holiday card. We're going to make fun of it. Look at these losers. Your kids are ugly. Goodbye, everybody.
Right.
Like, we think it's the funniest thing in the world.
Yes.
This has created very much discomfort amongst the friends.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, because the wives get I think the wives get upset. I think they don't want to be told. They don't trust us
Well,
to make
here-
this joke.
It's a physical, they're probably worried about you hitting too close to home. Because the
Right.
holiday card to me is a physical manifestation of like physically sending you something to let you know we are cohesive. Everything is good.
Right.
We are all okay. We are functional enough to get this fucking card out before Christmas.
So any judgment of
look,
it is like,
I hired a professional photographer. We still
Right.
got some money. Like
don't poke the veneer of this situation is really.
and I think the more upset you are, the more maybe the veneer is a little bit on edge.
Well, so we wrote to the group chat. I wrote. So this year I was getting annoyed because I was like, we want to do this thing. We've never really been able to do it right.
Is it just the people with kids you get them from, I assume?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'd be the only one that would send it without
You
kids.
should send your own.
I know. I thought about that every year. I think about it now.
I don't think
then
you're going to be
it's
like
always too-
ordering the card stock.
It's always too late. I'd have to do
Yeah.
it in September. So I sent a text basically like, we're planning on Christmas Day to get hammered and collect all the cards and judge them drunk. And this was my plan for Christmas,
Okay.
to spend a beautiful Christmas Day completely wasted, sending videos to all our friends, making fun of their
I
Christmas
can't think of
cards.
anything more in brand.
Right. It's perfect.
Yes.
I've only received 2 cards so far. Like, we've been taken, and my friend, he's been taken off of lists. Like, he's
Right.
married. He should be on these lists. So I wrote to the group. I said, send your Christmas cards. They are due by December 25th
Okay.
because we will be getting hammered and making fun of your Christmas cards. I said, no more hiding. We're not going to like sit. I
Okay.
go,
Did
send
anyone
them.
say anything?
One guy wrote back. It was very funny. Good friend of mine. He wrote back, wow, begging for Christmas cards. Yikes.
Yikes. Yikes is kind of like the meanest thing you could say to anything.
Yikes is in right now.
Yeah.
People love a yikes. It works.
I like a yikes.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
Yikes is, it's got all the gravity it needs,
It's
right?
just
The
in one
eye
word.
that you just did, the
Yikes.
eye roll, yikes. And
Yeah.
you can feel it in the text group.
Yeah.
And then someone else wrote, what's your address?
Okay.
So like some people are in, some people are out. I will let people know how this goes after we come back from
I
the
hope
break.
to be someone who doesn't take my card too seriously.
This is what's so funny about it. I was talking about it with my friend who I'm going to do the review with, and we were laughing at how little stakes this is for us.
Yeah.
But we do understand that if you're married with kids, like, it's just like, we don't need this. Like, we don't need you starting a fight with something that should never start a fight, or like you guys being too drunk and me. Like, I think you can trust us to make the joke and be appropriate.
I think it'll be
but-
tasteful.
Right. I don't think.
I would imagine.
I don't plan on being like, look at your fucking ugly
Kids,
kid.
yeah.
Like, I'm joking, obviously. Like,
Right.
they're all beautiful children.
I'm sure.
Okay, if you're listening.
And if you called them ugly, it would be behind their back. not
Right.
on-
Well, yeah. What am I, a
in the-
monster?
Yeah. Come on.
I don't
You'd say
make
it
fun
to
of
your
your
friend
kids
privately.
to your faces.
Exactly, like a normal person. All right, let's
So
do
that's
one
how
more.
I'll be spending Christmas
I love
if you're
it.
listening.
Can you send me the
I'll
rankings?
send you the
I
videos.
want
I'll
to see
send
them.
you
If you
the-
get any
yeah,
submissions.
absolutely.
Our last one.
I'll start an account.
Content.
Betches holiday cards,
Rank your-
breakdowns.
I mean, well, yeah, we could do like, how, like a realistic Our Story page. The
Yes.
holiday card is like once you're done with the Our Story page, you need to keep up the ruse.
right. You got to keep it
Little
going.
Timmy, joy of light of our lives.
The holiday card, well, the newsletter family, that was always like crazy.
You getting newsletters?
Some families do the newsletter. Let me update you on what's been going on over the
my
course of the
God.
year. That's very
No.
suburban. There's
No.
people out there who are getting newsletters right
no
now.
newsletters.
I think the newsletters
it's very
really
presumptuous.
the newsletters should have ended the minute social media began.
Yeah,
we
you
know
get
what's
the
going
updates.
on. Right.
Maybe maybe if you never saw someone once a year.
We have one friend that's on the doorstep of a newsletter, and that will be the premise of my bashing of his Christmas card.
Yeah, what is it, an alumni magazine?
Yeah, some people think we're really. I am interested.
Okay.
I read everything.
Do you?
Yeah, Christmas cards.
No, I mean
I
like
got
the
like a-
newsletter? You're reading the newsletter?
If someone sent out a newsletter, I would read through the whole thing. It would be
So
in my
that you could
bathroom
make
for
fun
the
of
whole
it.
year. Yeah, it would be made, but it would be digested.
Okay.
Like I would need it.
Like a little book.
Like this would form my whole opinion about what they're doing.
Okay.
You know.
All right, ready for one more.
All right.
He said he wanted me to be his girlfriend, but not for a few more weeks.
Guys, getting into fucking season.
Have you I feel like
It's a
this
young
is
guy
a thing
thing
that
to do.
men might want to do.
Yes. No. It's
But
a
not
young, immature.
Actually do.
I think there's a number of guys who have given this a try, whether they would like to admit it or not.
I kind of agree.
Right. Like this idea of like, well, this is a worse said version of we're in a relationship, but we're not. We're exclusive, but not in a relationship.
Right.
Exclusive, but not in a relationship was a genius man who rewrote, can you wait to be in a relationship?
What are they waiting for?
I call it the pre-breakup. To me, exclusive.
Oh, you think it's a pre-breakup?
Yeah,
You think
I
it's
think-
it's going to end?
It's definitely on an end.
Okay.
It's exclusive but not in a relationship is them telling you, I am not ready to break up with you, but I will in the future. Done.
Okay.
It
So
is-
but it's going to be less hard to break this off because you're not my girlfriend.
right. It'll
Yeah.
be easier for me to say to you, hey, this isn't going to work because I've already warned you that it might not work.
Right.
It's a
you're-
warning.
You're still in the due diligence phase.
Right.
Yes.
That is you. You're still due diligence phase. Absolutely. This is them saying to you, like, we will never get there. but
Wait a few more weeks because I don't want to do this now.
right, and I don't want to I don't want you saying to me I didn't expect it. You gave me a gift.
And you'd still like to be hooking up for a bit.
Right.
This is the same guy who gives you the gift.
Same guy.
There we go. Well, this was fun.
Lots of fun.
Naughty or nice.
I hope I don't get in trouble with my friends and their families for the Christmas card thing we're doing. I'm excited.
I would like the video.
I'll be dressed as an armadillo for that too.
I think you should be. Let me know if you need to borrow this costume for your
Thank
friend.
you. That would be fun. As
Wouldn't
a elf doing this
Yes.
drunk. Well, this is how SantaCon started, and we saw how that went.
Is that still happening?
I saw
that happen this
a
year?
video the other day that was like, you went to bed and woke up in garbage Long Island at SantaCon at some shit college. It was like, what was it? Who's the Seawolves? Fairfield?
CW Post.
It was like, yeah, you woke up in
Fairfield's in Connecticut.
Fairfield's in Connecticut. What's the one on Long Island?
CW Post. Hofstra.
It was like you went to bed and woke up at Hofstra's SantaCon, and I was like, ah, it's like the worst nightmare.
The nightmare. The ghost of Christmas future. Right.
Absolutely.
We're gonna do an awkward encounter.
Oh, this is a good one.
This is a great
You want
one.
me to read it?
Yes,
Let me take off my claws.
I really enjoyed this one.
I did too.
Christmas gift to you all.
This was, I mean, we do the awkward encounters. If you have an awkward encounter, send it in to uup@betches.com. But this is a throwback to our awkward sex section.
Yes.
Benefit subscriber and longtime listener Feather, I'm writing with an awkward sexual encounter that happened years ago.
'Twas years ago.
'Twas the night before consummation. When I was living with some roommates after college, I had adopted a cat, and out of respect for my roommates, was keeping the litter box in my room so it would be out of the common living space. It wasn't ideal, but I was the only one in the living situation for the summer, so it was mostly fine. One night, I'm getting hot and heavy with a boy I'd been seeing at the time. We're in my room, and the door is closed. He starts to go down on me, eating me out, and I'm totally into it. All of a sudden, I hear a scritching sound. Scritching?
Scritching is a way to show affection by gently scratching a pet or person in hard-to-reach places.
I don't think she meant that then.
But now we all know.
Yeah.
But she
But
heard a
no,
sound.
I
Yeah.
think it was scratching.
Okay.
All of a sudden, I heard a scritching sound that can only be one thing. My cat, unbeknownst to me, had been under my bed and was now taking the biggest, smelliest shit of his life in the litter box just a few feet away from my bed. This took me immediately out of the moment. Oh, did it? So I look down at this guy and say, oh my God, I'm so sorry about the smell. He comes up for air, we lock eyes, and he replies, no, it's fine. You don't smell that bad. What a gentleman.
Wow.
It's not that bad.
Well, I was confused. Do you think he smelled the cat shit
He might have.
and thought it was her vagina?
Right. Well, it
Or-
becomes, you know,
Or was it her vagina and it actually smells bad and he just got like accidentally tricked into saying that it smells bad?
as an armadillo, I don't feel comfortable.
Tell us what the answer is. I want to know.
Honestly, you're in a yes and mode. You're just trying to go with the flow. Like you wouldn't be like, no, like you're in the middle of going down on a woman.
Wouldn't
You're
you
not
be
gonna
like,
go. No,
No,
nothing.
you're good. You're good. Smells-
I guess I would. I didn't even notice. Like I don't know. It's
Right.
hard in that moment. It's so quick
Uh-huh.
because it's
What
like
would you say? Yeah.
right. You're like looking up from their crotch.
I'm trying to think what I would say if a guy were like, sorry
Hey,
about
sorry
the
about the smell. What would you say?
I'd say I have a cold. I can't smell anything.
Right, you opt
usually my-
out.
Yeah. That's usually what I say. I'm
Right.
like, I can't. I've got a cold. I can't smell anything anyway. Safe bet.
I think it's like one of those like it's like the words match with the smell. Like you,
Right.
like I'm trying to think like, am I smelling when I'm going down on a woman? Like,
Probably
am I going?
not?
Like, not really.
I certainly wouldn't be doing that.
That's not my move.
Yeah.
Smell the G spot.
Do men enjoy the smell, or is it
Well,
like?
I guess it's a taste thing more than a smell
right.
thing.
Well, the taste would probably affect the smell. I hope it didn't taste like cat
there
shit.
have been way less smelly. You kind of taste like cat shit. Sorry, I just want
How
to
do you know what did that taste like?
Are you okay?
Would be my
I've
question.
encountered way less smelly vaginas than has been told to me growing up.
Then you would. Then you've been warned about.
That I've been warned about.
Okay.
I would say the
urban vagina myth.
There's an urban vagina myth. I think men have done this to themselves. Oh, smelly vagina. I think like we've kind of like talked it up so much that like we've like forced a bad hand on ourselves.
Right.
Like I've been like gone to go down on women and they've been like, whoa, not, this ain't right. And I'm like, no, it'd be pretty hard to like gross me out right now. Like I'm like down.
I feel like that similarly about small penises. I feel like you've been warned you're going to encounter small penises, or like someone's made fun of about a small penis, and usually they're like average. I can't tell the difference. That, you know what I mean? Like
right, most people are average. Yeah, that's the thing. Like
unless it's like super large or super small,
right.
maybe. But like usually, I think that we were told we would encounter more
small penis or big penis. What would you rather?
I think big penis.
Okay, I'm just asking.
I mean, it depends how small or how big, right? Like slightly smaller than average or slightly bigger than average, slightly bigger than average. Extremely small or extremely big, probably extremely small because it would be like painful to have
right.
too large.
Well, this is the thing that like, you hear,
but usually, again, I was told there'd be a lot more variation.
Right. It's not as wide as.
Yes.
I got shown a dick pic the other day that was from. They were like, you got to see this dick pic. It was tri-colored.
Like when a dog eats like crayons?
When does dogs eat crayons?
Oh, maybe it was just my dog growing up.
They would eat crayons and
then you'd have like colorful poops.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that.
It happened, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess. It was like Neapolitan ice cream, like chocolate, vanilla, strawberry.
Was it real or was it photoshopped? Is it AI?
It honestly, it looked like someone like went with like a marker.
Was it extremely clean lines? It might have been marker then.
It will stay with me.
I've never seen that before.
I agree. Ultimately, my smelly pussies were not a deal breaker for the guy. We continued to date for 2 years, and I moved that litter box out of my room the first chance I had. Signed, 2 smelly pussies.
I think the red flag for me would be the litter box in the room.
I once hooked up with a girl where the cat was like next to me while naked.
I think you've mentioned this, and it was like on your back or something.
It was all off-putting, and then like I went to the bathroom and like I had 1 foot in the litter box while I was peeing. It was too much cat.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
no.
It was too much cat. I need like
space from the cat. Yeah, I agree. I don't really like. I mean, I've said this. I'm not really a big fan of cats, but like a cat next to the naked body, also just not for me.
I think a cat woman is better than dog woman.
Really? You prefer a cat woman to a dog woman?
Absolutely.
Why is that?
I think cat women are more realistic about love and
Taylor Swift's
affection.
a cat woman.
Yeah. I think dog women expect, like I think when I see like...
You think they want the fairy tale?
Yeah. I think that's a fairy tale woman versus a cat woman's more like...
She has the cat because she wants the cat.
Right.
Not because she thinks it's going to help her meet someone.
Right. And doesn't expect the cat to just run over and lick them every day.
Okay.
The cat is...
Maybe you would need a cat woman. I'm
not saying I wouldn't. I'm not against dog or cat woman, even though this sounds anti-dog woman. Mm-hmm. I just think highly or higher of cat woman.
Okay. I'd prefer a dog guy than a cat guy.
I think dog guy, it's nice to see that he wants affection all the time, does take care of something, has responsibility. Cat guy, there's less responsibility for it. And less emotional connection.
I do think dog guy also is like relationship guy. Maybe that's what they want you to think.
Right. No, but I would agree with that too. They're a little just more
He's
ready.
Taking care of something.
They have the ability to do. Guy who can't, like me, I can't have a dog.
Right.
Like that's not even a possibility for me. You could
huge red flag.
Huge red flag. You could connect that to, could he have a relationship?
Right. Is he willing to sacrifice?
Right. He's got to travel all the time. He can barely take care of the dog. How's he going to nurture this thing with us?
Would you have a cat?
I don't think I could either. That's how.
I don't see you having a cat.
No, I'm not a fucking weirdo. Let's do another email. Go for it.
Jared and Jordana, I'm a U Up benefit subscriber. Whenever Jared comes to DC, I almost always try to catch his show.
Thank you.
Why not always? Why almost?
I wasn't going to get into it.
It's okay. Have you seen the movie What If? Have you?
I don't think so.
I haven't. It's a rom-com with the basic premise being that if it starts dirty, it ends dirty. Though, of course, both of the main couples whose relationships start dirty both end up together. I've been dating my boyfriend since February, and somewhere along the way, I subconsciously decided to prioritize the on-paper qualities, plus my friends and family like him, while sacrificing passion and a great sex life.
Oh, that email.
Tough.
Imagine that written about you.
Tough.
Brutal.
After a Halloween party, I was a bit tipsy and frisky and initiated sex. It ended with both of us being unsatisfied. I wanted to skip foreplay. He complained he wasn't in the mood for me being on top. And I think that was what started the chain reaction in my brain. After processing what matters to me, I've come to the decision that I need to end this relationship. It sucks because there is nothing wrong with him, but we aren't the match. I know I'm going against Jared's advice. My plan is to break up with him after Christmas, but before New Year's Eve.
Listen, Jared has broken Jared's advice many times. And this, after Christmas, before New Year's.
That seems fine,
That
generally.
seems fine. I get it.
We'll be spending the holidays with our respective families. I tried to invite him to the 500-person event I work on New Year's Eve, but he said it sounded like his worst nightmare. I don't like that. So I pushed for
That's
spending...
why he's getting dumped.
I mean, yeah. Can you imagine inviting someone to anything and they say it sounds
My
like their
worst-
worst nightmare?
Right.
If I was like, do you want to come to the holiday party tonight? And you were like, it's my worst nightmare?
Right.
It's just a rude thing to say to someone,
Yeah,
whether you're dating them or not.
Right. I don't think I would say such a thing. I also think, it's like negging them a little bit.
I'm inviting
Also,
you to do something with me.
Yeah, you've been together since February. Like, you're in work. Like, it's not like you're like husband of 30 years. That'd be his worst nightmare.
Right.
Can't
He
leave
hasn't
the
earned that
couch.
right yet.
Yeah, it feels like an unearned right.
So I pushed for spending New Year's Day together and obviously now don't want to do that. I got a bit drunk 2 weeks ago and slept with the host of a Friendsgiving I attended. It's really got
0 to 60.
seriously. I DM'd him my number on
A
Instagram.
Friendsgiving I attended. I mean, like, also,
Are
this
they
is
very-
some random dick she
Are they
found.
dating?
Right.
She and this other guy?
Yeah, why wasn't he at the Friendsgiving?
Yeah.
It's his worst nightmare.
I DM'd him my number on Instagram the next day. I thought he was ignoring me, but as it happens, his calls were silenced by my phone. Oh my God. The following Friday, he hosted another get together. I attended and stayed sober.
What is he, Emerald Lagasse?
Who's hosting this many dinner
Why
parties?
does he have so many get-togethers? Okay.
I unintentionally got there early and we talked and got to know each other a bit before everyone else showed up. After everyone left, we had an incredible night of sex, cuddle, talk, repeat.
Where's the boyfriend?
Right. Things missing from my current relationship to include passion, intimacy, and a playfulness I genuinely enjoy. He knows I'm in a relationship and that I need to clean up my side of the street. He'll basically be gone until after Christmas. I'll be single by the time he gets back. So if it starts dirty, does it end dirty? Signed, Street Sweeper.
Well, I'm sorry that you're going through this because this is just a
Is
mess.
she going through something?
I don't know.
It
She-
seems like a
I'm
little
sorry you're-
self-inflicted.
Yeah, she's going through a mess of her own making.
Right. I don't think anything's happened to her.
No, but I'm sorry nonetheless.
Fine.
I think she's writing something very relatable where it's like he's the last flight out of Saigon. Like, like this guy solves all her issues.
Right. As people do with a mistress.
Right. You put all of this stuff. Of course he's perfect because he doesn't have to answer your calls ever.
You're in a relationship. He
Right.
doesn't owe you anything.
He doesn't owe you anything. He can be easy breezy. He can never do anything wrong. To me, she knows what she has to do.
Yeah. What's even the question here?
She wants us to tell her that we're sorry she's going through this.
is
I
she-
did what she wanted.
Is she gonna? Is the question? Can I end up with this guy, or is it?
I think
too
that's her
dirty
question.
to start?
If it starts dirty, does it end dirty? Like, will she be cheated on if she's with someone who cheats? Will
Right.
he be? I think for him, that might be the question he should be asking.
Yeah.
Emerald, the host, should be like, should I be with someone who would cheat on their boyfriend this easily?
Right.
Without doing the adult responsible thing
and
of
also,
like,
she DM'd him,
right.
so like,
And then showed up early to the party. I didn't mean to. Yeah, sure.
yeah.
So I
would-
think it's like there's a choice. We all make choices.
I don't think this guy is gonna date her.
I don't even know if they do. Like, I don't like the idea. Anything can happen.
Right.
Anything. I don't like the idea that this somehow becomes like a brag for her. Like this story, like she's already compared it to a rom-com.
Right.
She's like, in the rom-com, it starts dirty and then they end up together forever. So do you believe if it starts dirty, it ends dirty? It's like, I'm not cheering for you. Like,
Yeah, you sound kind of like an asshole.
right, like and it's okay to be an asshole now, and maybe you'll get it together. Maybe you hear this and you go, you know what? I've seen the error of my ways. Maybe we're the ghosts of Christmas future right now. The armadillo of Christmas future
Right.
is warning her that the actions you're taking are immature. It's not adult. You're not doing the right thing. So let's go back.
I don't understand why she couldn't wait to break up with this guy to have sex with the other guy.
She could have. I mean, right.
To me, that's a sign she can't be alone without trying to like get herself another person as a backup.
Right, and she's trying to get us to go, well, this guy could be the one.
Sure.
She's trying to like, and this is kind of like in the same vein of when people end things, they look for a reason to make the other person evil.
Yeah.
She's trying to make her exit somehow wonderful and it was meant to be.
Which is annoying to me because she's not even like, you can do a shitty thing, but you should feel bad about it.
Right.
I'm not really hearing that she like feels bad about it at all.
Right. Let's mourn the breakup. Let's realize that like this guy, maybe you end up married with kids and holding hands on a fucking porch step or, you know, looking at your grandkids. Maybe. Probably not.
Doubt it.
Doubtful.
Yeah.
But you don't get there until you end things respectably with the person you're with now. Do you think she should say to the guy that she slept with other people?
I don't think so. If she's going to break up with him, it doesn't seem like necessary, but I
Right.
wouldn't like continue sleeping with someone while in a relationship with someone else.
No,
Right.
yeah.
I think she should break up with that guy before Christmas. He's going
now this is
I
the
don't
signal.
Right.
Like,
I don't understand why she's waiting until after Christmas.
because she's
She doesn't respect this guy. She doesn't
right.
like this guy.
Right. She's got to end. Yeah. I mean, if anything, waiting till after Christmas before spend New Year's together, I get it because like breakups are hard to do. They're hard to initiate. The minute you go and go and fuck someone else, hourly cheating, you're, okay, you've done, let's hurry this along.
Right.
You kind of get less of the...
Again, you're not like the respectfulness card is sort of like out the window at that point. So
Right.
just like, I think the more respectful thing to do is to just break up with that person now.
Right. Absolutely. So, you know, will you be together with this guy forever? I don't know.
Right. There's literally absolutely no way to tell. And also the way someone treats you while you're currently in another relationship and sleeping with them, you have absolutely no idea what they would be like if you were a regular single gal.
You could not be more right. You are a different person to text. You're a different person that you expect different things from the other person.
Totally.
You let them off the hook. Well, I'm in this thing. So, you know, I
wouldn't be surprised if he's not that excited to get the "we broke up" text.
Right.
I'm around. What are you up to this weekend? He might be busy.
Really busy, but maybe I'll see you out. Like, it could have turned into that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were hosting an event. Yeah, the table's full.
Merry Christmas from J&J.
Merry Christmas.
That's what you're in store for.
And to all a good night.
We have a couple poems for you guys.
It's a poetry slam. It is a poetry off. We have a poetry competition.
Do you want to go first or second?
I think you should go first. I'll give the floor to Candace.
You think you're going to be better?
No, I don't. Mine might be different.
Santa.
I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was good.
'Twas the night before Christmas when a 2 a.m. text asked you up. Surprise, surprise, it was a situationship trying to fuck. That hesitation to link when the year is nearly new left you to think of your favorite pod. What would J&J do? You start to type in a race, let out a sigh and a scoff. He double texts a question mark when Jordana's voice comes to your head. Boyfriend or fuck off? Feeling like a doomed woman after years of dating strife, you're waiting for the day a man looks at you and happily says, "Is that my wife?" You've liked, subscribed, slid into DMs, and locked in. Accepting Hinge and the apps are not where you're going to win. Still awake and sending a 20-minute voice memo text to your long-distance BFF, you say you're done emotionally masturbating, settling, and letting these guys waste your breath. In 2025, you'll date IRL and do it right. But for now, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
It's a great poem.
It's great.
Can I just say,
I like it.
I like it. I doomed woman was a little negative for me.
Okay.
It is a throwback.
That's
the
a
rest of
reference to
Christmas
earlier
past.
this year.
Oh,
You're right.
Doomed. Was that this year?
Yeah, it's been
Oh
a
my
long
God,
year.
it's been a long year.
It's been a long year.
There you go.
All
All right. Let's hear yours.
Okay.
I hate that song.
It was a great rendition. A lot of throwbacks. Mine, a little more dreamy.
Okay. Longer, I imagine.
A little longer.
I had a feeling.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to do the Santa voice for it, yeah.
Holiday armadillo.
Holiday armadillo voice is
Let's
similar
hear it.
to the Santa voice.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, 'twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. J-Train soon would be there. The Yasso Pops were nestled all snug in the freezer, while visions of a hairy-chested, tissue box-shaped man were certainly a pleaser. I laid in bed wearing my hottest skim set, and Mama thought maybe I'll settle down for a long winter's pet.
Okay.
When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like I were a dingo, tore open the shutters and threw away that buzzing dildo.
Okay. What?
When what to my
Now
wondering
you know why Candace didn't write this one.
when what to my wondering why eyes should appear, but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and plain, I knew in a moment it must be J-Train. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now bagel, now fried rice, now martini and tequila. On iPhone, on kimosabe, on bacon, egg, and cheese and toilet. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all! So up to the housetop, the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. J-Train too. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning my head coy, down the chimney St. J-Train came with a loud call of, "Oi!" He was dressed all in podcast attire, quince on his body. He smelled of smart mouth. The whole thing was fire. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back. He looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled. His one leg was long. His other leg was short. It was all so hectic. His cheeks were like roses. His nose was perfect. He must have gotten it done. Is that anti-Semitic?
Does this rhyme?
That was my toughest one. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as something that made his mom probably say, "No!" He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. I laid down on the bed and spread out full eagle. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work like a beagle. I shook in excitement, his tongue so...
What?
His tongue
Is this
so
erotica?
amazing. What?
Is this erotica?
I'm telling you, maybe.
Okay.
I shook in excitement, his tongue so amazing. Where did he learn how to make me a raisin? I said, "Oh my God, don't stop ever." He squeezed my leg to let me know this was no favor. I came like I'd never come before. The fluids that rushed out made me feel like a whore. J-Train stood and said, "Where's the kitchen?" I pointed down the hall and said with a tremble, "That was bitchin'." I heard a faint fart, the refrigerator open, a bag go rustle. I didn't care. He could have it all. He was my lord. Within minutes, he rumbled back, so light on his feet. And what was he holding? A charcuterie board. I said, "Get in bed with me. I'll suck on that prick." He said, "No, no, no, baby girl. There's others out there in need of a lick." And laying his finger aside his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney he rose, he sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him explain, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy coming to all, and to all good night."
That was really weird.
What?
You wrote your own Christmas themed porn that you came on the show to read out.
Sometimes the poems go in a direction.
Indeed. I think I prefer Candace's.
What?
Yours got really weird.
It got weird?
Yes.
Santa came in the house and made the woman come.
Yeah, quite sexual.
A holiday treat
Jared,
to
this
all.
is a family show. You come in here.
I thought this was a safe space.
Dressed like
Where you get-
dressed like an armadillo,
ruined Christmas?
writing your Christmas erotica. What will your children think when they hear this years from now?
I thought it was a safe space.
This is
I
like
thought
a what?
we talked about micro penises for like an hour.
Yeah.
The woman to her
I would
pussy
just
smelled like
I
shit.
started this episode saying how I love how wholesome Christmas is. You just ruined it
I'm
for
sorry,
me.
I
No,
got
it's okay.
carried
No,
away.
it was great. It was very
I'm
clever.
very lonely.
Good
I'm
rhyming.
Sorry. This is what I do alone in my apartment. I have nobody. We just did submissions for Please Date Me.
Oh no, it's great. That was good. It was
I'm
very.
turning
it was funny.
40. This is what
It
I'm
was
doing
funny.
with my time.
It was funny. It was definitely
Can't believe you guys bailed on
not
me.
what I was expecting. But yeah, we might need to get HR in here.
But good thing I don't work here. Good thing I'm not an employee.
Well, Merry
I hope
Christmas.
I hope someone enjoyed
Happy
my Christmas cheer.
Happy Hanukkah. Play this for, your boyfriend
Yes.
before bed.
Maybe he'll be the J train.
Yes.
You didn't like that I named the reindeer
That was
different
funny.
things that I
That
like?
was funny. That was my favorite part. I enjoyed that. That was great. And then it got very sexual very quickly.
That was the turn I was looking to make. I thought it would be funny. But
It's like it felt like what I would imagine it's like on an app when you're having like a great conversation, and
suddenly-
then the guy's like, "Do you ever
Just
send me a
going-
pic or
right,
something?" Or
right.
like sends you a.
well, I don't mean to be that guy.
No, it's okay. That was great.
Listen, my resolution is less erotica in 2025.
Yes. Okay. Less handwritten or like self-published erotica. Maybe HarperCollins will pick it up for like a
maybe.
nice Christmas book, right?
If this podcast keeps going,
Maybe you should have been this kind of has reindeer vibes.
it is
too.
a little reindeer. If I had a sleigh pulled by, I sent it to one friend to be like, it's the same friend that I'll be reviewing Christmas cards with.
Your friend Jeffrey Epstein.
My-
Don't edit that out. Don't
I'm
edit
looking
that
at my
out.
phone now. Don't keep it in. From beyond, Jeffrey Epstein send me. I sent it to my buddy. I just have one text on my phone, like as I'm looking at it, and it just says for him, "It's funny." That was my encouragement to read it.
Listen, it was clever. It was definitely clever.
Clever. That's
Yeah.
the word moms use when they don't like the joke you just made.
No, I think you've had better work, but I enjoyed it.
I was coming in here for shock and awe, and I think I got
You
what I
definitely
wanted out
did
of
that.
it.
You should
Yeah.
have seen my.
I just think
Candace got
no
my
one will
expressions.
forget this episode of the
I
You
won't
Up
forget
podcast.
it for sure. Yeah.
Well, to all a good night and to all a good day. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Merry
From
Christmas.
J&J.
Happy Hanukkah from J&J. Love it.
That was a good rhyme.
There we go.
Thank you. Back next week. Boom.
There we go.
The U Up podcast is produced by Belle Roman and Candace Maniga. Edited by Belle Roman. Social media by Candace Maniga. Guest booking by Ali Friedlander. VP of podcast is Chris Allen. And be sure to follow You Up at u.up.podcast.